You know, with Survivor Series around the corner, I'm thinking back to 1989, Survivor Series, 1989. The Broode. You have the team of Mr. Perfect, Rick Rude, and the fabulous Rougeaus, Jacques and Raymond. And listen, yeah, that was one of my favorite matches. I remember looking back on it. And that was a match, if you recall. That was a match against Rowdy's Rowdies. Now, Snuka did the splash on Jacques for the first pin, and it came down to Perfect and Snuka. That was one of the best Survivor Series, in my opinion. And with Rick Rude saying in the beginning that I'm thankful for having the most ravishing body in the WWF. And Piper at that point said, I'm thankful I ain't Rick Rude. Imagine back then if Perfect and Rude were formed an alliance. Not as a tag team, but they would pair up from time to time and cut great promos. I mean, they could have played off one another perfectly. Rude, you know, being the ladies' man, Perfect just, well, absolutely just being perfect. Two of the greatest. I think that era of wrestling was altogether amazing, and as I've said it time and time again, just so much talent. That attitude and ruthless aggression eras, you know, were star-studded. After that, you know, you could argue that, you know, wrestling kind of went into dark ages. What else can you say about them? The tag team, you could have called them, you know, Perfect and Rude. Going back to that tag team, could have called them Perfectly Rude, right? What a kick-ass name that would be. Imagine those promos. I think they even paired, if I'm not mistaken, I think they did pair in WCW in '98. But at that point, Kurt was doing the wrestling while Rude was suit and all, watching his back and getting involved again, hitting Rude Awakenings, and he just really wasn't there full time. How good is that name? How good is that name, right? I'm sure most of us sometimes could write better for today's state of wrestling. Sometimes in storylines that you see. It's just going down memory lane. Hope all is well, guys. Look forward to speaking to you soon.